Mental health has never been more important. And guys, whether it's anxiety, stress, depression, even suicide rates, all these things are skyrocketing right now all over the world. And the thing is, you don't have to let these things overwhelm you. Okay. In this video, I'm going to give you eight powerful mental health secrets that have not only transformed my life, I've seen them help so many people. And so these are things that you can do every single day, every single week to not only take care of your mental health, but also your physical health because they are way more connected than you think. All right. So let's dive into this. So let's get started. So, number one, as you know, I did a video just recently about a superpower that you can develop that is going to give you the ability to start your day every single day, and eliminate these negative emotions and lean into a vibration and a frequency that will actually give you the ability to not only attract more of what you want into your life, but also put you in a place and put you in a state of just feeling absolutely incredible. And that's the feeling of gratitude. So, guys, every morning, gratitude journal, number one. Okay. I literally, um, I do a gratitude journal every morning inside of this book. If you go back and look every single day, right, I have them in here, these lists. I do, 5 or 6 things. Sometimes it's more. Sometimes I do 20 things, right? But it's putting down every morning 5 things you're grateful for minimum before you do anything, before you turn your phone on, before you do anything to start the day. This is going to radically transform your mental health. Now, number two is write out your life. Okay. Take a pen and write out your life exactly as you would like it to be. So what I mean by this is, most people, they don't get what they want in life because they don't even know what they want in life. Most people have never taken the time and sat down and said, okay, I'm just going to go and write exactly what I want, the life I want to have in 5 years, the details, right? The person you want to be with, the place you want to be living, what you want to be doing every day, the body you want to have, the energy you want to have, the things you want to be doing, the activities, the places you want to travel. Like this is called creation mode, right? It's going from survival mode to creation mode. And I've done this multiple times in my life, and I can tell you that where I am right now, the place I'm living, what I'm doing as a business, right? My businesses that I have, the people in my life, the stuff I do every day, it's literally what I wrote down, years ago. And I would highly encourage you to take time and do this. There was a nurse. I was just speaking with a good friend of mine here last night, and he was saying how there was a study that was done. There was this nurse, and she wrote a book on it. But she went and did this case study in Australia in palliative care, like thousands and thousands of patients that were on their deathbed. And she walked in to their room. She sat down with them. She said, "Hey, can I document our conversation?" And she would ask them, what's one thing that you regret, or what's your biggest regret in life? And it was not taking more risks, not doing the things that they really truly wish they had maybe taken a risk on, right? And done the things they wanted to do. And then the other thing was caring too much about the opinions of other people and what other people would say or what other people might say or might think, right? We get so wrapped up in trying to do things the way we think other people want us to do them, or what maybe our family might say, or what might be the safe route to go. But I want to encourage you, take a pen and paper, write down your life exactly as you would like it to be, and you'll be blown away. You're going to go back. Like, I have a list of goals in my phone, and I went back. I was on a plane. I usually do this when I'm flying because I reflect a lot on planes. But I don't know if it's the oxygen at that height, or that altitude or whatever. I know they pressurize the cabin in these planes, but it's like sometimes I'm just sitting there and I go into this massive amount of reflection. And I was going through my goals that I wrote down years ago, and I was literally just checking them off one by one by one, realizing in that moment, like, dude, this stuff's actually happened. Like, so many of these things, not all of them. I think I had 75 goals or something written down, but it's crazy what happens in our life when we decide what it is that we actually want. Okay. And there's a caveat to that, but I want to, I just want to remind you, like, we have been given the ability to create. We are divinely created to create, right? We are made in the image of a divine creator. That's what I believe. And you know, I might do a whole nother video on that in the future, but it's crazy how this is such a powerful thing that that we can do that is easy to do. It's easy to do, it's easy not to do. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's move on. So number three, okay, is the MVP formula. The MVP formula. So you're probably like, well, what is that? You know? Um, it's a formula and it's a combination of three things. So M stands for meditation, V is visualization, and P is prayer. So meditation, visualization, and prayer. So this is a combination that I do. You know, whenever I meditate, I visualize my future. I visualize the life I'm creating, but I also pray as I'm visualizing and as I'm meditating. I'm in constant prayer. Like I'm literally just, you know, I'm praying and I'm meditating and I'm visualizing and I'm in this state mentally and spiritually that is it's connected, right? And you know, a lot of times, you know, we struggle with anxiety. You know, one of the best definitions I heard of anxiety was anxiety is not knowing what to do next or not knowing what to do. And when we meditate, we calm down, right? When we pray, we're asking for help. We're asking for you know, guidance, but we're also giving gratitude when we're praying, you know, saying thank you and then asking, you know, in it's like you're saying, I'm grateful and I want to thank you for everything that is happening in my life. Okay. But then you also are asking for wisdom. You're asking for guidance. You're thanking God for wisdom. You're thanking God for guidance. And then you're visualizing, hey, you know what? In a year from now, here's where I want to be, or here's what I want to be doing, or here's who I want to become. And this combination is super powerful. Okay. So I want you guys, I don't want you guys to miss this. Okay. Now, the fourth one, this is one that I absolutely love, and it's cold water therapy. Okay, cold water therapy. So cold showers, cold plunges. This is something that has become super popular and has increased in popularity. And there's people all around the world selling cold plunges, or you know, making them out of barrels or making them out of freezers or whatever. And I can tell you guys that I've done some super cold, like 6 degrees for 6 minutes type plunges that are just, you know, you come out and you just feel you can't even describe the feeling. It's incredible, you know, but your blood circulates through your body rapidly, like hundreds and hundreds of times when you're in a cold plunge or when you're even in a cold shower. You know, one thing that is really accessible anywhere, anytime is a cold shower. Now, if you live in a super hot climate, the water may not get really that cold. It's probably going to be cold, but not super cold. But if you live in the mountains like me, the water comes out of the tap and it is like, it's freezing. So you can have a crazy, you know, cold shower, amazingly, you know, just super cold water. Even if you don't have a cold plunge, you know, you can do this every single day. And it's great for mental clarity. It gives you a huge rush of dopamine. So if you're looking for that dopamine hit and you're maybe like scrolling Facebook or scrolling TikTok, I'm not on TikTok, but if you know, whatever you're doing to get that little hit of dopamine, like we live in this dopaminergic, that's a crazy word, but that is the word, society, right? Where we're just always looking for that next hit. But I'm telling you, you want to get a real dose of dopamine, dose of dopamine, go get in a freezing cold shower for 3 minutes or get in a freezing cold, you know, ice bath, cold plunge. It's great for recovery. It's great for clarity. It's great for dopamine, but for mental health, like you will just notice how good you feel and how clear your mind is coming out of cold water. Okay. Now, the next one is breath work. This one is one of my favorites because breath work, I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. So I'm in Las Vegas, 2022. Okay. I'm in Las Vegas. I ate some food that was not food that I would ever recommend to anybody or I would ever eat again. But in the moment, I was like, you know what? This food's fine. You know, I was one of the restaurants at I think it was at the Palms, staying at the Palms in Las Vegas for an event. Go downstairs, eat at this Chinese restaurant, Asian restaurant. And within about an hour, you know, I started having headaches. I started feeling My guts were just going crazy. Like I started feeling like, all this nausea and like, I was running to the bathroom, just a mess. So right away, I'm like, okay, I know I had this bad food. And I was supposed to go out that night and host and take a group of people out to a party that we were going to. And what's crazy is I didn't know um like I didn't know how to fix this. I was thinking to myself, maybe I should take some medication. I didn't know what to do. So, a good friend of mine, shout out to Blake if he's watching this, Blake Golby, okay, like my little brother, just a great friend of mine. We've known each other for a long time. He comes up to my hotel room. There's like five of us in the room, and I'm like, guys, I'm dying. And he said, dude, you got to do this Wim Hof breath work. He's like, get on the bed. I lay down on the bed. He takes his phone, and he just puts the track on YouTube, and I lay down on the bed and I start doing this breath work. And it takes about 11 to 12 minutes to do 3 rounds, somewhere in there. And guys, I'm telling you, by the time I finish this breath work, it's just breathing in, breathing out, and then doing breath holds. I felt so calm. I felt so relaxed. I felt more at peace physically and mentally than I had in a long, long, long time. I mean, Vegas is a crazy place. It's just kind of a nonstop, stimulation. It just crazy lights everywhere, noises, sounds, all this stuff. But I'm laying on this bed, and I'll never forget that moment. And I realized that, it's like Gary Brecka says, like the presence of oxygen is the absence of disease. And even the other day, this was 3 years ago, but even the other day, I had a bit of a stomach ache, and it was I had some raw milk. Maybe it was, maybe an hour or two past where I should have been drinking it. Like I usually put a 48-hour window on raw milk when I get it. And I thought I was good, but I had this stomach ache in the middle of the afternoon. I'm thinking, man, like maybe it was the raw milk. I don't know what it was, but I decided, I'm just gonna, instead of fighting this, instead of like going online and trying to figure out like medications or teas or foods or things that I should eat, I just lay down on the bed. I put on the Wim Hof breath work, and within 12, 15 minutes, I finished this breath work and my stomach completely calmed. And what's funny is our gut is our second brain. So when your stomach's not happy, when you have bad gut health or you have anything going on in your stomach, that is what's going to affect you mentally to the point of like, you may not even be able to think straight. You may not even be able to work. You may not be able to do anything. You might be so overwhelmed mentally because of what's going on in your gut. And I'm not saying that this is a be all end all or this is going to fix every problem, but I'm telling you that if you haven't done breath work, I'm going to link it below. I'm going to put my playlist, okay, to one of my favorite guided meditations. And then I'm going to put the guided Wim Hof breath work. I'm going to put that below in the description so that you can you can check it out. Okay. Now the next one is reading or audios, reading a book or listening to an audio at least 10 minutes a day. So why is this important for mental health? Well, number one, we get out what we put in, and if we're putting in positive things, if we're putting in truth, if we're putting in knowledge, if we're putting in wisdom, we're putting in understanding, we're studying things that are going to make us better and give us information that can then, renew our mind, or information that can actually transform us from the way we've been thinking to a better way of thinking, or from the way we've been doing things to a better way of doing things. I mean, I love personal development. I love self-development. I'm going to put 5 books. Okay. I'm going to give you guys, if you comment below, this is what we'll do. If you comment below, I'm actually going to send you my 5 or 6. I'm going to send you 6 books. Okay. My 6 top book recommendations. I'm 36 years old. I've read a ton of books in my life since about 24 till now. So say 12 years. I've been reading almost every single day. But also before that, when I was a kid, I read a ton of books as well growing up. Like if you ask my mom, she would tell you like, I would say, I'm bored. And she would be like, well, here's a book to read. And it's funny because I actually did read a ton of books. And as I get to this point in my life, as I am, sitting here right now, I can tell you that my number one book from this last year is actually the Bible. And I've been reading the Bible more than I ever have in my life. And I got a verse. I was reading this morning. I actually got a verse for you guys that I'm going to share with you. And this is powerful. Okay. So this is Matthew 6:34. All right. So you might not be religious. You might not be, into things like the Bible right now. But I want to tell you, this book is full of truth. And this is something that can apply to anyone, no matter what you believe or where you're at in your life. Okay. Matthew 6:34, it says, therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own, right? If you hear that, when you hear that and something resonates inside of you, that's because it's true. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Don't worry about tomorrow, right? This is what I'm saying. Like reading for 10 minutes a day can be so powerful because you're not only going to learn new information, but you're going to hear stuff and you're going to experience things that's eventually going to seep into your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is what's going to start to, you're going to start to reprogram yourself. Okay. So again, comment below. I'm going to give you my 6 top books that I've read in my entire life that I believe can help you and take you to the next level, right? Give you more confidence, give you more self-belief, give you more wisdom and knowledge and understanding, but also help you to realize that the sky is really the limit. You got to think way bigger than you probably are right now. Okay. Now, the last 3, okay, I'm going to give you the last 2 and then a bonus. So make sure you watch all the way to the end. So the next one is get regular haircuts at the barbershop. This is for the guys, right? Go to the barbershop every 7 to 10 days and get a haircut, get that fade going, maybe get a little detail in there, fade up the beard if you got one, or if you don't have one, grow one and your barber will take care of it for you, right? But when you look good, you feel good, right? And when you feel good, you look good. When you feel good, you do good, right? It's about taking care of yourself and that self-love and that self-care, right? This is just one thing. I mean, there's many more things that you can do every week and every month to take care of yourself. But I see guys all the time, they're spending 25, 30, 40 bucks on, just random stuff when really what you should be doing is taking that 30, 40 bucks and going and getting a fresh haircut every week. I go every 7 days. And I'm telling you right now, like you leave the barbershop, you have that feeling of leaving the barbershop and mentally, you can't feel depressed. You can't feel, like you're a little bit down after you get out of the barber chair. It's amazing. So make it a regular thing. And if some countries, I've been seeing some crazy prices for haircuts, like $100, $200, for a barber service. Find a barber that's amazing, that's legit, that can take care of you, that's reasonably priced, and just make it a regular thing with them. And I promise you, it's a game changer. Okay. Now, number 8. All right. Number 8. This last one, before I give you the bonus, is nothing, nothing that's going to surprise you. Okay. This is something that you guys know I love and I do and I talk about all the time. And I'm actively helping other people, to do more of, and that's exercise and fitness and training. Okay. So number one thing you can do every day is go outside for a walk, right? And if it's -40 or -50, go walk on a treadmill. Put a little, get a little video of a beach or a sunset or somewhere beautiful that makes you feel warm. Put on a hoodie, right? And go walk on the treadmill. But if you can get outside, do 45 minutes a day of walking. It's so powerful for your mental health. It's also a good way to lose body fat and stay lean. Probably the most underrated way to stay lean and lose body fat. The other one is go to the gym and train, like get into some weight training, get into some resistance training. You are going to release endorphins. You're going to release all these happy, feel good chemicals in your brain and in your body where, you're going to relieve stress. You're going to clear up whatever you've been thinking about, worrying about. If you're in your head too much, right? Like I literally have said this for years now, is like, I am not right in the morning until I train, even if it's just 100 push-ups. Like I just did 125 push-ups on the floor right here, or I get out in the morning first thing and I go for a 45-minute walk, or I go for a hike, or I go for a bike ride, or I go to the gym and I just hit weights, and what's amazing about this is our physical health and our mental health are so connected, right? Like we are so connected mentally and physically. Most people have no idea how much they go like this. And so when your mental health isn't where it should be, your physical health won't be where it should be, because you're not going to be feeling like, hey, I should go take care of myself, or I should go. You're not motivated. It's like we talked about with the gut and the brain, right? But then you have, the physical health side when you're physically fit, right? When you look in the mirror and you go, dude, I'm pretty stoked with what I see. I'm pretty happy about what I'm seeing in the mirror right now. What happens then is you go, okay, well, I'm proud of myself. I feel good. I believe in myself. I have more self-esteem, right? I have more energy. I have more self-confidence. That's the number one thing, is building that self-confidence, right? It's amazing for your mental health. Okay. Now, the last one, this bonus one that I want to talk to you about, is nutrition. Okay. So fueling your mind by fueling your body. So fuel, yourself with whole foods, right? I mean, you look at what I eat in a day, it's literally foods with one ingredient. I rarely eat anything that has a label on it. This last, I would say three years, I've been very, very dedicated to this because, and if it does have a label on it, maybe it's 5 or 6 ingredients, but getting away from processed food, getting to whole foods. And I'm going to do a whole video on why I cut out alcohol. Okay, that's going to be something to watch for. So make sure you subscribe. I'm going to teach you guys how to stop drinking forever. All right. And that might sound crazy to you. But I've cut alcohol out of my life 100%, and it has transformed my life. Okay. The other video I'm going to make is how I got sugar out of my life 100%. And I'm going to do a whole video on that, on getting alcohol out of your life, completely out of your diet, getting sugar completely out of your life and out of your diet. And then also, on nutrition mistakes that I was making. I'm going to do a whole other video on that. So I got 3 videos that are going to cover this last part. But the bonus one is the nutrition, man. If you can clean up your food and your diet, like one of the reasons why most people have anxiety and depression is because they're eating processed food, right? They're eating food that is literally making them sick mentally. And then they go to the doctor and the doctor says, oh, you have a mental illness. And then you get on a medication, which goes to a stronger medication or a bigger dose or whatever. And then, before you know it, you're hooked on these drugs and these medications, when really we can heal ourselves by healing ourselves with food that is natural, whole, unprocessed, healthy foods. And I'm going to do a whole, video on this. So guys, as always, stay healthy, stay strong. Come back to this channel to learn how you can develop true self-confidence and new levels of confidence. All right. This channel is for people that are high performers, people that are athletes, people that are entrepreneurs, business owners, guys that want to take themselves and their life to the next level, to become the next best version of themselves. So make sure that you watch this video, all right, to see exactly how I transformed my health, how I finally got the body and health that I wanted, how I'm helping a lot of other people and men around the world to do the same thing. And as always, guys, like and subscribe. We're going to be putting out a ton of amazing content on this channel. And I could not be more excited to be here and to be doing this. So we'll see you guys soon. Be blessed, and we'll talk to you on the next one. All right, take care.